You've been on 7 dates, you have married? Me, I've not even said hello, hi.
Are you joking or what?
For real. Are you joking or what? You want me to show some of the things that you liked on this internet? I used to be a thief, guys. I used to steal. Yeah. So, welcome to where?
Episode 8.
Of where? I've just said welcome.
Where are we?
What's this podcast called? Wow, God. Help your girl. Help your daughter.
You said where as per location?
As per where?
As per
Where are we welcoming people to?
Let me stop.
Welcome
to the Can We Talk podcast. As you can tell, it's been a long day.
It has. It actually has.
But I haven't done anything.
That's also, no, but then I feel like we should prioritize rest. And I think sometimes we feel like if you're not physically doing something, then you're not doing anything. But no, I feel like people need to understand your brain can run on 100 and you've not done anything, but you feel so tired. And I'm like, what have I done all day? But my brain has been working. Yeah. Whether it's I'm thinking about the next thing, I'm thinking about all the things I need to do. I'm even doing mental math in my brain.
Sorry, mathematician.
Of course, you didn't know we do. I don't want to brag or anything. You know, my PhD in Oxford. Okay. Just something light I did.
Do you have a degree? Do you have a degree?
Do I even have what? A degree?
No, never mind.
I don't need it.
Okay.
I've got heavenly degree.
Oh, amen.
Thank you. Those of you that relate to me, you know what I'm talking about. We don't need man to tell us degree. So, my phone has locked.
I thought you were going to say it's died. I was going to say
it's definitely locked. So
why is it locked?
I pressed the wrong password. So obviously, those I don't know, I've got challenges with my sight. And I genuinely couldn't see my phone just then, but I thought muscle memory would help me. It didn't. It's literally locked. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. How are you doing? So let's start there. How are you doing, Tom?
I am exhausted today. However, I am doing very well.
Good.
It's been a month.
Yeah.
It's been a month. Oh my God, so much happened. So have I officially left my job yet?
Yes. Oh my gosh, you hadn't. We hadn't spoken about it before. And then also the month, this is November, but this will probably come out in February or March. So yes, so we are currently in November. And yes, life update.
I've left my job. I am fun employed.
Fun employed. Can you tell me? What's that one?
Fun and employed.
Okay, fun employed. That's new one. So all of you unemployed people, go and be told. They ask you, what do you do? I'm fun employed.
Fun employed. And I think this is the first payday that there was no pay.
Oh yeah, well, the end of the month.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The bills are looking at me. I'm looking at them.
It's okay.
But God provides. It's been an emotionally tasking month, I would say. But we are on the other side of it. The only way is up.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a transition in my life. And
yes.
To God be the glory. Because I don't know where this book is going. But what I will say,
tell us.
Next year, I'm going to New York.
In
what capacity?
I'll go wrong again. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my rockers. It's gone off for 5 minutes again. Continue, love. Sorry. I'm going to do it right here next time. Go on.
I'm gonna...
You're going to where?
New York.
Okay. Funny. Do you know what? This wasn't even going to be the icebreaker, but I was going to say, if you had to live for anywhere in the world for the next year or two,
New York.
Where would it be and why?
I would go to New York because I don't know why. My heart is just with
in New York. What do you know there?
Maybe somebody's there.
Because what do you know in New York? I want to know.
New York, I don't know. I really feel like I'm being pulled towards New York. But the reason for me is I feel like a lot of people like do the Dubais and do like Lagos and stuff, where at one point I thought I could do Lagos, but let's everybody be for real. Not to say I would never.
No, don't come for my Lagos.
Not to say I would never, but I feel like for the gentle and
for right now,
person that I am, and also just like I feel like if you're going to move to Lagos, you need to go with a lot of money.
Also, you need to know what you're doing there.
Exactly.
Unless I think, guys, and don't quote, put in the comments, don't you think Tommy would be so sick on Big Brother Lagos, Nigeria?
Doing what exactly?
I think you'd be so good. I don't know what goes on over there, but I think you would thrive in chaos because you know that thing is chaotic. And you're going to be a Jesus babe, so I know you're not going to do anything stupid.
They're going to lock me.
Yes.
In Lagos.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And you're going to see the girls from... I wanted to say Oriwang Ballet, but I don't want to say that.
From Port Harcourt.
Yeah, like you will meet people. I think it will build your brand. It will build... No? Okay, maybe she's looking at me like... Yeah. For those listening, she's looking at me like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so
I'm not being locked up in Lagos in a house with people.
Fair.
But New York, I also feel like New York is like the closest thing to London. Mm-hmm. That is still a different culture, but it's not a complete culture shock, I would say. And I feel like anywhere you move, you're always going to have that hustle culture just because you have to. You're in a new place, you don't know anyone. You will feel more inclined to work hard and be pushed harder. But also, listen, New York is the hub for hustlers.
It is.
I saw a post the other day, and a lady was like comparing London, New York, and Lagos, and she was saying like Lagos and New York are so similar in the sense that people are go-getters.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need that little push.
Yeah.
So yeah, New York, baby, the Big Apple. I'm gonna go to Joe's Pizza Parlor and just eat.
Americans, we apologize because I don't know what accent. That is North American.
That was so New York.
Huh? New York. That's literally what you just said. New York. So is something in your mouth? What was that? Yeah, I'm sorry. Our New Yorkers.
Okay,
no.
Yeah, the Yanks.
So what would you want to do?
Do you know what? If I was to go to New York,
like what would you work?
I would be doing. Do you know what? I would love to take my catering to New York.
Okay.
I would love to do that, but also just creating content like crazy, like London going New York, but like really milking it.
Yeah.
Like be in a beautiful apartment, doing every type of content you could ever think of. Yep. And then maybe like I'll find a church, not maybe I'll find a church.
Exactly. I was going to say.
Find a church. I have this weird thing in my head, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like if I'm in a land where nobody knows me, I won't be shy. So I feel like maybe I would be more, not that I'm not active, I'm very active, but maybe like I'll like lead a little church in singing there in choir. And then come back and have the confidence. Yeah.
No, do you know what? I think that does, because when people go on holiday, everyone becomes a little bit cuckoo. Yeah. Because in terms of like the freedom to just be you. And
find, you know what? I think I would find myself because I'd have to.
Yes, you would have to, because you're in a foreign land, and obviously no one sounds like you, but people look like you, which would be
like
good.
If they're from New York, like they could sound like this.
Guys from New York.
I don't think this is New York though, because every time every time I meet people like from America, like they always say, "You sound like you're from the hills."
The hills.
The hills. They say you sound like a white girl from America.
The hills, as in Beverly Hills. They're lying to you, my dear.
It's like they're from America.
You don't sound like... is not...
They say it. I sound like I'm from the hills.
Yeah, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
I can't do New York because New York has a bit of a twang.
You can't do...
New York.
Stop saying...
I can't do New York. I know I can't. Yes, I can. I can do the hills.
That's not the hills.
Yes,
do the hills.
No.
Okay. So you can't do the hills.
Yes, I can. I don't have to do things when you say so.
Okay. Sorry, Americano. Sorry, Jamaican. What else do you want to be?
I didn't say I was American.
No, but I'm saying you can do the accent. Racist. Okay, see. God. We in the club. No. I was going to say we in the club. That's wrong.
We all fam.
In the club. If you know that reference, shout out you. If you don't, go on TikTok. You're clearly not on TikTok. Where would I live?
No, let me ask you. Why do you wait?
I didn't want you to ask me. Ask me.
She will live in Tokyo.
Never.
Also, sorry, right? This is so random. Yesterday I went down a TikTok
rabbit hole.
Yeah. Let me Google the place. Is it called? There's some place right in between South America and North America. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not funny, but like people go through it because they want to like escape their country and stuff. It's called
the country.
It's called the Darien Gap.
Yeah, I've heard of that. So
I was really invested in that yesterday. Sorry, and this is just an emotional moment, right? Because it really made me sad that people have to go through these
No, talk.
It's because you said...
I said, okay, where are we going?
It's because I was thinking about relocation and...
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'm grateful.
Wait, sorry, I thought you were going somewhere positive with this. Oh, that place is not good.
No.
So you're grateful to be in London?
No, because basically what happens is it's in between South America and North America, and it's like let's say 100 kilometers.
Ooh, don't get the wrong side. Oh, stupid. Don't let them think you're stupid.
It's a lot of kilometers.
Okay.
Between the two. And basically it's just like forest. So like there's obviously like...
Oh, so it's not an actual civilization of people?
Well, there are people the indigenous people who live there.
Oh, okay.
But like they basically like assault people, kill people. Like it's not good. And then they also have like drug cartels
that run through it.
Yeah. So I was just looking at it yesterday, and like thousands of people go through it every day. And it just made me like, wow, we can just...
It made you... Why are you laughing? Because what are you saying? Oh my God. So you went down a rabbit hole.
Basically, all I wanted to say is... No, all I wanted to say, right, is when you asked me that, it made me grateful in my head, but I felt
that
like
you can
it
even...
Because we can just get up and leave.
decide to leave.
Yeah,
okay,
whereas
fair.
some people have to risk their lives to relocate.
Yeah.
And it just made me very grateful. That's all I wanted to say.
That's fair. But I feel like that obviously, even from my parents' generation, I think just traveling into a foreign country, and some of them didn't know where they were going. Like obviously they may have known, but they don't know anything. Like I said, you know how you can talk about New York because you know stuff, but for them, they don't know if I was coming into more problems, if I was coming into more trouble. I just moved because over here was not safe or, you know, whatever. But yeah, okay, fair. She brought it back because I was scared. Ask me then.
Search it.
I don't want to.
Okay. Anyway, if you could move anywhere in the world for a year, where would you go? It's going to be scary, but okay.
It is, you know. I think for a year, a lot of places wouldn't be off limits. I think if you told me I had to move somewhere indefinitely, I've got nowhere to tell you. Okay. But I think for a year, I could probably live anywhere, you know.
Would you go to Krakow?
You need to be for real. What country do you want to say?
Krakow in Poland.
Krakow.
Thank you.
I would live anywhere that there's not doing anywhere that they're not doing war. Anywhere that
there's war everywhere.
No, there isn't. There isn't war everywhere.
Yes, there is.
What war is in England? The government. Actually, right now we're in. Right now they're telling us we're about to go into war.
Sorry.
Yeah. They're telling us, war news. You don't watch the news.
Yeah, because it's not good for my mental health.
Yeah, it is. No, honestly, guys, who else doesn't watch the news? I can't watch the news, you know, because it's just sadness and depression. But no, I've heard there's speculations, I'll go that far before they go and cut us off, that the UK also want to join war. But yeah, I think I could live anywhere. I could live for a year. You know what? Japan might not be a bad idea.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to say that. I was literally going to say she's going to say Tokyo. Yeah, I knew Japan, you would say that.
I wouldn't be... Obviously, we got to think about the dietary requirements because I don't be eating nothing.
You have Pokemon trainers.
I'm going to get all my kicks. I'm going to start my business. Japanese hair. Find me there. Love you guys. You're more than that. But yeah, I think I would live in somewhere...
Sorry, who do you love there? You don't know them.
You don't know me. Don't act like you know. Listen, Love in Tokyo started from me. It didn't. It started from a Nollywood film, but I coined it.
Huh?
Love in Tokyo. You know how I say that to everything? Love in Tokyo.
Is that...
I need to find the reference for that though.
Nollywood?
Yeah.
I thought it was TikTok.
See, the girls don't know Listen, Nigerians win every single day. It's Nollywood. Love in Tokyo. What do you mean TikTok? Who?
I don't know.
It'd be from a film. Anyway, I'll find that film because I need to find the origin of that. Why is it Love in Tokyo of all the places? But I love it so much. But anyway, yeah, I'd live somewhere along those lines. But I feel like I do well on my own. Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't be my issue. But I would feel like, wow, it's been a while since I've seen some black people. Okay. You know, it's been a while since anybody sound like me. But I think I would love the challenge to try and adapt, to try and do things. Because yeah, like you said, I would milk a black woman in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go viral for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think and I think their infrastructure is insane. Life in I've never been to Tokyo, but I've seen the girls go there, and I'm like, this is the life. Even some of my friends have been there and they've loved it. I'd only, like I said, dietary requirement, I'd have to think about that one.
They've got milk rolls.
Everything about that statement is alarming. I hate milk.
Rolls, the milk rolls. You like bread?
That just doesn't sound good.
You know the soft, really nice soft bread that people like?
Me too, Jerry. I've not eaten that before.
Okay.
Thank you. I told you I'm local. Okay. I don't know. You're going too far.
I don't actually know what Japanese cuisine is. I'm guessing it's like sushi and stuff.
No, there's more to that.
But like veg and stuff.
Yes, they do tend to eat well. A lot of countries, their food tends to be better than what we're served in the UK, because you realise people don't eat what they serve.
Which is frightening in itself.
Exactly, because they don't eat.
So many Nigerians that eat what they serve.
Yes, and add more oil. For good measure.
Oil, it's not cooked.
Anyway, guys, let us know where you guys would live for a year. Let's say if money wasn't an obstacle, if family wasn't an obstacle, all the things wasn't an obstacle, where would you live for a year?
Let us know who's coming along to New York with me.
Okay, yeah, who's going to New York with that? I was gonna call you Naomi, but that is your name too.
Prophetic.
Who's gonna go to New York with
my
Tom?
sadness will turn to joy.
Do you know what? I thought you were going to finish it off and say, your God will be my God. I will go wherever you go, because that's what happened. No? Okay, she said that's too far. But yes, today's episode, we're talking about... Oh, it's a really nice one.
How much you love me.
Not far from. We're talking about friendship.
How much you love me.
Not really.
Cocoa Pops.
Friendships. I think that's probably one of the most pivotal changes in any adult person's life. And I think friendship is the most sad and best relationship a person can have.
Yeah.
But sad.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Think of worse, but
okay. But yeah, one of the most, because it changes so much, and it sometimes changes unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And I think the changes in a friendship needs to be spoken about more. I think friendship dynamics, friendship hurt, friendship losses, friendship that's gained, because I think people really struggle navigating friendships in their adult life as well. Because I think when we were younger, we had the same, we were all in the same confinements. So whether it be school, whether it be church, whether it be college, uni, we were in the same place. But now when you work and you're not seeing your friends as much, what does friendship look like? Or when people now move on to getting married or have kids, what does it look like? Or like we were talking about, when you move away, what does your friendship look like? So yeah, talk to me. How's your friendships been from childhood to now?
It's a telenovela.
You didn't know me though.
Telenovela.
Telenovela. It's a telenovela. Bless you.
This is so funny. Thank you, because I was actually thinking about this in my brain yesterday, and I posted my business, Chef Tommy Naomi, follow me and book me.
Loud it.
But I posted it and I realized, first of all, I posted it thinking I didn't expect anyone to repost it. I didn't
even ask
anybody
anyone.
I don't ask. Maybe I need to start, but I didn't ask anyone to repost it. And yet the first few people that reposted it were people from church. The Yono says, the beautiful people of the world.
Absolutely.
In fact, the first person was actually Ruth. Within 1 second, that thing was up. Yeah. Shout out Ruth and honestly, and everyone else. But yeah. And I was thinking to myself, why is it that, and obviously Moyo, Foolish, all of that, why is it that Whitney as well, because I can't say
at this point, don't say anyone's name. Just say the people that you love in church. Yeah?
No, but Yeah. Anyway. Maybe I'll block out the names.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just, yeah.
But why is it that the people that I've met
most recently
are the most supportive people that I know? And
okay.
I know that's not the case for everybody, because some people do have their absolute day ones.
Yes.
And that's not to say that the friends that I do have that aren't the most recent, that are here now, aren't supportive. But I just find it very interesting that I grew up I grew up with a lot of friends,
Yeah.
yes, but I don't think, no offense, I just don't think I don't know, like, it's weird. I'm trying to be very mindful of what
exactly.
I say.
She's very demurred.
Yeah, but I think, did we have the best relationships with each other? I don't think so. Okay. When I look back and I think about it now, I think there was an element of being young.
Yeah.
I think in some instances there's jealousy from either way. Like, I feel like there were things that made me that I've now realized that actually, were these people really your friends? Like, even if they were your friends, like, to call them best friend,
I hate that word.
Yeah, like, were they really? And I think also, like, for example, when I was in secondary school, I think we really tried to hold on to this group that we had, when in actuality, is that a word?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make it a word.
It could be quite toxic at times,
yeah,
if we're being honest. And the thing is, now, individually, we're all cool. But I think we tried to be best friends at the time. And for me, that meant growing up that I never really understood friendship. And it meant in some instances, I don't think I was the best friend that I could have been. Okay. Not even like best friend, but as in just a good friend.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I got to college now. And there's a lot of things, like, I feel like when I get upset, I completely withdraw from people. There's not really an explanation. I'll just stop being friends. So when I realized, when I went to uni, I did that, and that was the breakdown of a lot of friendships.
Okay.
Again, trying to be mindful. So I think even throughout uni, everyone in uni was trash. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in terms
of behavior, in terms
friendships.
Of the friendship.
Apart from the people that they know they know who they are. Uni was trash in terms of friendships. Anyone that made lifelong friends in uni, well done to you.
Yeah.
Because I just think I did not realize what friendship was until, I would say, the past couple years. Obviously, I have my friends. But I think being a good friend, I think I've now...
knowing what a good friend is.
Yes. Because I have people that have been there from school or like college, and those are people that we've grown up together with. I guess we know each other. But meeting new people now, I'm seeing what it is when someone truly supports you, and you actually, like, you haven't asked them to. They just like you because you're you, and I think that's what it is. I now see that as an adult, I have friendships where people... and this is not to say that I'm anything to be jealous of, but people aren't jealous of me. People aren't in competition with me. People actually want to see me do well. And I think that's so weird for me because I'm not used to that. I'm used to the snide little comments. I'm used to, like, you know, when your friends are putting you down, and I don't
as a joke.
Yeah,
that's not funny. So anybody that honestly, when people laugh at you, and girls especially, don't laugh with them.
What's that?
That's scary because that happens a lot. Like, oh, well, you think you look nice.
Do you know that?
Why are you saying that?
Or you could never tell me I look nice. Like, if I do, it's a problem.
Yeah.
I'll hear that you're talking about me, but we're meant to be friends. And to be honest, I will hold my hands up. So I had a really close friend from primary school to secondary school. And I feel like it broke down in secondary school for it was stupid reasons. But basically, no, in college, I was keeping secrets, but it wasn't even big secrets, but it was stuff like, I was embarrassed to tell her because we'd grown up from young. But when I look back, it was stupid. But even situations like that, like, I done seen a lot.
Yeah.
So I think for me, when I am used to having like the snide comments, when I'm used to having people that I could put a post, they will never support me. I just always thought that's what my friendship was going to be like. And I used to be so jealous of people who'd had friendships from young. But what I've realized is, one, you can start friendships at any point in your life. And honestly, if you have people that are jealous of you, or if you have people that, like, you feel like aren't your friends, babe, you don't need to run away, please. You don't need to be there. Because honestly, now I will say, oh my God, I'm so ugly. Listen, the other day, if it's not for the fact that I'm disturbing Lizzie, the other day I told my friend I fancied someone. She actually, no, first of all, she sent me an epistle and she called me and she said, Tommy, I need you to know who you are. And you need friends that are gonna pour it
that are gonna tell you the truth. Gonna support you.
Apart from Lizzie, because she's my op. But when I tell everyone else I want to go to New York, they're like, listen, go. Lizzie's an op. I don't know if she wants to go to New York, she can go. I don't know if she's jealous or what. But I am just so in awe and shocked by the friendships that I have now. So, you know, when people say a friendship breakup, I don't care for that. Because I never cared for friendships because I didn't feel like I had good friends.
Anyway.
But now, if I break up my friends, I'm going to have to call Judge Judy
to come my help you, Abby. That's so interesting. I've had a completely...
Yeah, Lizzie has friends from when she's 2 years old. She's still talking to them.
Literally. Like, it's so interesting. And I think I love talking about friends because most people I speak to, they have like your scenario in terms of like, they've had either some really bad friends or some like really mad situations. I'm thinking, do I not see my friends? Like, they don't be doing that, or maybe I just don't care. Because I've had friends from the womb. I've had friends from literally, I know one of my friends, I knew her parents before her.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just, you know, but I think with me, I will say I've always been intentional about friends. I'm one of those people, I don't get too attached in terms of, obviously that can be a coping mechanism. Any therapist will now come and say, I need therapy. It's okay.
We should get Dr. Paul.
Yeah, we're going to bring...
What's his name? The black guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, that's,
so
let me not derail.
uncultured.
But yeah, I'm very uncultured. But yeah, I think I've never been like so attached that if somebody leaves, it really hurt. But at the same time, I think I did learn friendship is not reciprocated. When I was probably in like my teenage, early adulthood years, where you're like, oh wait, hold on, you don't feel the way about me the way I feel about you. And I remember the first time that happened when I was like, oh, I thought we were on the same page. Like, it wasn't bad or anything, but it's like, and the thing is, I don't attach things to friends. So like, I don't expect, it's not, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. No, that's not how I see friendship. I think who you are comes across. So I have friends who are like, I know people, let's say, who they weigh their friendships based on who goes out of their way for me the most. But I'm thinking that can also be performative.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned to distinguish the two, like, this is actually that person's nature, or this person is only doing this because, you know, everyone's gonna applaud you. Everyone's gonna say, oh, you're such a great, like, you're such a good support. Like, like the way you go out for your friends is performative. So I think I learned the two quite early on from that situation, because I was like, I don't want to ever attach any of my friendship based on what you do for me, but who you are as a person. And I think we had a conversation and I just realized that, oh, we're not on the same page. Like, you have an expectation of me that was never communicated, and I had an expectation of you that was never communicated. And I think it took a lot of maturity to have that conversation, because I do feel like a lot of people are not confrontational. Some people don't deal with friendship. Like, because I've seen, like, someone said to me, I think Esther, shout out to Adeyemo. Cakey Bakies. What's her cup?
Cup and cake.
Thank you. Cup and cake. But yeah, I remember she asked the question, like, do you think a person can have a real friendship and they've never argued? I've never had a misunderstanding. And I said there's layers to that. I think you can have a genuine friendship and there not have been altercation, but that's because either we're both mature and we know how to have a conversation and disagreements, or we just haven't gone through certain things, that's also okay. And I think for me, like I said, because I've had friends my whole life, I've always kind of like made myself available to them, and they've always, for the most part, been available as well. And I just mean that for those listening, I'm winking my eye, because sometimes I've had to learn not everyone will be available in every season of your life. And this is what I'm saying, like, it gets harder as you get older, because things happen, you know, people die, people get married, people get new jobs, people just have a schedule that's no longer attainable. I've gone from seeing friends every day to I see you every 5 years. I've gone from seeing people I lived with to seeing them as and when. And I know, like, in my adult years, it's only recently that I've sat down and deeped, like, that hurts, but not in like it's anyone's fault.
You have it hurt.
I do. Sometimes, not publicly though, only in my house.
Real
where
gangster.
I know, real. Where I've just gone like, wow, like, it's so sad that you just don't get to see, like, people as often as you would love to. And I think I'm learning, and also as an adult, communication is the most important thing. But that is it's the hardest thing as well, because life keeps happening. And then I think as someone like me, I genuinely have a lot of friends, and not because I'm anybody special. I genuinely know great people. So it's like, imagine having to try and keep up with all those great people. It's so tough. And I've just seen like how friendship has evolved. I'm a low maintenance friend, and I think it has its positives, it has its negatives. Its positives is that, well, if you don't check for me, but you check for me in 1 year, I'll be okay. Like I don't mean that as a performative, because like I said, there's some friends, it's fine but you're angry. you're annoyed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They didn't invite you to, you're angry, but you won't tell that friend. And this is what I'm saying. I think you have to be honest with yourself as a friend. Like, I like the way you said, like, even though I didn't have good friends, I too wasn't a great friend. And I think that's something as adults.
Some people.
Yeah.
No, but no.
That's something as adults, you need to be honest with yourself as well. Like, how do you show up as a friend? Like, what kind of friend are you? And do you communicate when you are not available in certain seasons of your life? Do you let people know, like, right now, I probably won't be able to show up as much as somebody else would right now. And I'm not a bad friend. I just can't show up and, in the same like manner. And I think adult friendships take a lot of intentionality that a lot of us struggle to give.
Yeah.
I think we really struggle with like saying how we feel. And it's funny, like, we laugh about mental health. That's just the black man trauma in us. But we really, no, but I'm saying, like, Tom, I can't, bless the Lord. We really internalize struggle rather than voice it out. And I think and this is what I think it tends to happen more in adult friendships, where that's where jealousy or envy or like, and the thing is, you don't I feel like, and I'm going to give credit to people, I don't think everyone is intentionally jealous of you. No. Like, you don't go out of your way to be like, I hate her, but you see that she's doing something, she's getting
even that as well. Just to add to that, I think also sometimes when we think of jealousy, especially as women, I think we immediately think it's how this person looks or what this person has. Sometimes I do think even it's jealousy, like something as silly as, I was having a conversation once and someone was telling me that she was jealous of her friends because their parents were still together.
Yes.
Like, it's people are just, and like you said, I don't think it's necessarily
like I want to be mean, but it's like, subconsciously you're like, exactly, her parents are still together. And I think it's also, like I said, as you get older, so then all the things you don't have is more evident. So even if before, when we were 21 and in fact one of our friends got married, we'd call it teenage marriage because it was like, we're kids anyway. But now it's like,
my hair looking real light.
As in, you've been on 7 dates, you have married me. I've not even said hello, hi to one man this year.
New York, baby.
But it's
we
like,
in the Bronx.
You're so annoying. But yeah, I think sometimes like that, like obviously if you're not dealing with it in terms of like you're checking yourself, that festers. So like I said, it will be an innocent thought in the beginning, but for some people, if they don't deal with that, it starts to fester.
Yeah.
And God forbid, said woman now has a baby, you'll now feel like, and then that's why you distance yourself. Because I've seen a lot of my married friends or my mothers, they are like, they don't hear from people a lot because I feel, not all the time, but there's an element of like, oh, you can't sit with us anymore. And it's like, no, they're still the same people, obviously. But then there are some wives and mothers who are like, I only talk to married folk now.
You're
Hello,
You're single.
You
ain't got a man.
You ain't like, I don't have your oh, sorry babe, it's your birthday, so sorry, like
I'm a mom now.
Like I've got dates now.
Zaira needs her nappies change.
Oh, sorry, like
sorry about that.
Oh, my husband, oh no.
Oh, I have a husband now, I have to cook for my husband all day. Yeah, he kept me up all night.
You've lost your You've been waiting.
Zaira's mommy.
You've been waiting.
Yeah.
To say that.
I can't wait to actually
honestly.
say it.
But yeah, and I think, like I said, I think this is what we have to be so real with ourselves in these kinds of friendships, or even just when our friends are really successful, or when they're doing stuff that you wanted to do, or not even want to do, like it might not be the same career or field, but like you just see them thriving. And I think friendships, and I just wanted to, just before I continue that for, well, if I do, but I really want to highlight, I've always hated squads. I've always hated groups because I never thought it was realistic. Like how can, I'm not saying that anybody have squad and group, shout out you people, you are the really generals, but I've always found it exactly, I don't connect with all of you lot the same way. So I just thought, groups have never really sat well with me. And I think as you get older, that really dies. You're not a group anymore. You start having individual relationships. Because I remember being locked in a group, and I remember thinking, but some of us don't talk, but we're in the same, we're not bad, but like we don't, like, if imagine cool you come to a motive, if it's only me and you, we're not going to say anything, we'll wait for someone we both and I didn't like that. I didn't like stuff like that. And I think even trying to carry that on through college and uni, you had to miss me with that. Like, I really thrived on friendships on its own. And just to I had a friendship where in college there was 4 of us, and I went to uni. I hope the girls will permit me saying this, I don't even care. Okay. I went to uni and they were still in college at that time. And a lot happened between them in that year specifically that I wasn't made aware of because I was in uni. But obviously I would still talk to everyone individually, and then we would celebrate our birthdays together and all these things. But this is why I also say, like, it's so important to know your friends' personality, their temperaments, their likes, their dislikes. So we had a confrontational friend. We had a friend that doesn't talk. We had a friend that holds it in. We had a friend that da-da-da-da-da. And then you can imagine when the one that doesn't talk talks. So that happened. But it felt like a personal attack. Where did that come from? Why did you, and that's what it was. And it was so heartbreaking because it broke the friendship. So it now, and I hated that it became us 3 and she was left to the corner. And not that I didn't, the two of them said, let's let it go. But I still thought, like I said, this is what I'm saying. I had a relationship with all of you, but I think she then started to know, obviously, when we go out, you wouldn't be invited. So she retreated, which I retreated from. So I'm like, group friendship is also it's always been a bit,
do you know what, even
somehow.
I feel like that's so interesting because I was even going to touch on that. Because so I think I am the person and have always been the person. One of the reasons why I say I probably could have been a better friend in certain instances. Like, I had a best friend, shout out my girl Jazz. We were
locked in.
And I feel like certain things happened. And I think when you don't speak and you don't say things because you're upset about certain things, it's like, I'm going to have to beep her name out. I feel like it festers into other things. So, for example, there was a situation that I did not agree with.
Yeah.
Instead of me to speak up and say something about it, it's like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yes.
But
that's dangerous.
In that, it now became, you have no interest in me. You don't care.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to mind my own business.
Yeah.
And even on the other side of it, it's stuff like you may have not hurt, but you may have said something that's upset me or hurt me.
Yeah.
And because, in fact, this is a perfect example, and this is how I know I've changed by the glory of God. The other day when you said someone was pretty, and I'm still going to beat you up because you said somebody was pretty.
Which was not a lie. Continue.
Can you see the sort of friend that I have?
As in, can I not say that someone's pretty? Well, she's pretty. And I still stand by that.
Anyway,
go on.
When you said someone was pretty, I was like, hold on, sorry, why is this girl saying that she's pretty?
Yeah.
But I said something. Whereas before, I wouldn't say something.
Yes.
And then it would be on my mind. And the next time you do something that's similar to that, which could be so innocent, I'm like, she hates me. And what I used to do is I would gather all of that information and then on the 59th one, I won't speak to you again. I'm not friends
anymore.
And you'll be confused.
Like, whoa. Like, small joke. Somebody cannot joke with you.
Again.
But I think that is obviously, like I said, it doesn't make you a bad friend.
She's pretty. I'm not a hater.
Thank you.
No, it's only because I'm saying like somebody's not pretty. Everybody of God is pretty.
Yeah, but she is. Are you going to say she's not?
She's pretty.
Yeah, but I didn't say she's God's gift on earth, but she's a pretty girl.
She's pretty.
Yeah. But I mean, but I like that because I think in a sense we should be able to obviously have any conversation and you don't like something or I don't like something and say it. But then I think that's hard though, like I said, because some people are genuinely not confrontational people. It's like, I don't want to talk about it now. And I'm not,
but I realized that because from my mistakes, I realized that I have to, because that is something that in my mind, I don't need to bring it up again because I'm thinking now it seems like you're pressed. But I know if I don't bring it up, there will be something else.
Thank you.
And if I don't bring that one up, I'm just going to hate Lizzie.
And that's,
And it will be over the most stupid thing ever.
Exactly.
So,
No, I agree. And I think that's obviously where self-work needs to, you know, happen in your friendships as well. And I think people have to be mindful of their friends in terms of, because it's like I said, it's not, and I know this, it's not everyone I can talk the way I talk to Tommy to someone else. Do you know what I mean? Because, but as I said, we've built that rapport.
She bullies me.
I'm screaming. We've built that rapport to know that.
I didn't build it. She built herself.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I haven't gone. So therefore, it's okay.
She'll be insulting me. I don't insult Lizzie, but it's okay.
Tommy, don't lie. It's not good to be a liar. It's not good to be a liar. But yeah, I think you have to know who you're talking to, because some people, you can't do confrontational because they're also defensive. Do you know what I mean? You need to talk to people who are also receptive. Yeah. So like, obviously I'm not tooting my own horn. You could tell me something. I wouldn't be like, no. If anything, I'll be like, peleo. That's how you feel.
She didn't say peleo. She said,
I did it. What did I say?
Said, but she
I said she is. Yeah. But I said, no, I'm going to give context in the sense that if someone... No, wait. That sounds so mad. But no, you need to let me... No. I said... You said something and I said, yeah, but she is. And I meant it in the sense that that's my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So I said, if that upset you, I understand. But I'm saying that's just my opinion of her. As in, you don't have to agree with anything I've just said.
No, do you know what it is? I said, is she prettier than me?
I didn't say she was.
No, that's what I'm sorry. I just remembered the question was, is she prettier than me?
Yes.
And then you said,
she's pretty.
No, you know, the first answer was, she's very naturally pretty. And so
what did I say?
So I was like, why are you saying that? And that's why I came back and I said, why did you say that? You said she's prettier than me. And you
I didn't say she's prettier
than
than
you. No, then you said, but she is pretty, but I didn't say she's prettier than you.
Yes, thank you. That's what I said. Yeah, I wouldn't. The thing is, I'd never say anyone's prettier than you. Even if I thought it, I wouldn't say that. This is what I'm saying, like, in terms of like friends. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a friend of, if that doesn't benefit you, why would you say that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're being spiteful now. Do you know what I mean? And I think there's a line. Obviously, I can say my mind, but then if I'm like, oh, so-and-so is pretty, like, what did that do for you? Yeah. What does that do for anyone?
No, of course.
So I think be a mindful friend just in general. But yeah, sorry. I didn't, people are pretty. You don't want to hear it. That's okay.
Everybody's so pretty, man.
Yeah, you really think that when it comes to boys, but that's not the point.
I don't think anyone's pretty. No, I haven't seen an attractive man in like 2 years.
You haven't seen an attractive... Guys, anyway, like I said, if you want to feel better about yourself, DM Tommy. She's going to make you feel like the finest man in this world. I'm telling you.
Are you joking or what?
For real. Are you joking or what? You want me to show some of the things that you liked on this internet? On this Lizzie's internet. Don't let them catch you. But I also think, do you know what's so funny? I think another aspect of friendship that has changed is Jesus factor.
That's a big one.
I think that's where most of my distant relationships have come from.
Really?
Yeah. So if we don't talk as much anymore,
it's because of
that. It's because we live 9 times out of 10. You do stuff that I won't come to. Or
they'll be telling you to promote their song and they're
like, thank you. Or they like, just if I call you on a bummy day, what I'm going to hear is absolutely...
Oh, I'm so happy you touched on that.
Oh, yeah. If we speak on an easy day, which I'm not saying every conversation has to be about the Lord. I mean, it would be great if it was, but I'm saying like, it's now just we're living 2 different lives.
Completely
so when you now ask me, what did you do today? You're going to feel bad. And that's what's... that started to happen a lot. Oh gosh, mercy Lord. Yeah, that's not incorrect. That was correct.
Thank you.
But I think what started to happen is everyone would be like, oh my gosh, you're so righteous. I hated that. Or you're so like, it's like, you don't like, you just, wow, like you're so good. And that's because I realized that Satan could have used that as a weapon. I would now feel like, yeah, like you're doing the right thing. Nah, it's not based on my works. But when people would hear the way I just live, like I don't go, I don't drink, I don't do this, it'd feel like you
had a vodka yesterday, Liz.
If you're talking about vodka, H2O ni momo, that's what I drink. H2O.
Oh, goodness, I'm joking.
But yeah, I think I started to just realize like people would put me on a pedestal for no reason.
Yeah.
I've not done anything. But I would see like, oh, you don't. And it's like, what are we going to talk about now? Like, I now feel bad talking to you, because it's like, I'm just going to say I came from church yesterday, or I'm going to say like, oh, I don't listen to, I remember I did tell somebody, I don't really listen to secular music anymore. And their face was like, so who am I going to tell about the new album then? And I felt that, like, who am I going to, and you know how I was in Nigeria. Guys, Dirty December, let me talk to you guys.
I did this since December.
All of you that are doing Dirty December, I know you people think I'm going to have the best time in Lagos, because everybody always says, you and Lagos, 5 and 6. I had the worst time of my life. But I had the best time because of my friends. But that's my friends who understand my lifestyle, not the lifestyle. So I think another big factor I've learned in my adult years is how the closer you get, the closer you are with God, or just even in your journey on your walk, you just start to realize it's not everybody that's going to be on the same walk with you, which is sad, because like I said, if you've grown up with them, if you've known them for years, it's like, I can't carry you along this journey. However, I can still intercede and I can still be there for you. But I think it's not a Christian's prerogative to bring everybody along. You can't save everyone.
Yeah.
You can't bring everyone on that journey. And I struggled with that a lot, because I used to be like, Lord, I'm going to stay there for them so that they can change and see the evidence. And then it's like, it's weighing me down. Let's be real. Yeah. It's weighing me down. You know, it's not benefiting any of us here. Like, you're in a phase of your life of not listening. You're in your prodigal years. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And if you're in your prodigal years, you have to let them go through their prodigal years. So that's for somebody. If you are like, you have to let that person go, whether it be a loved one, whether it be, you have to let them be in that season for them to then realize themselves, because you can't save anyone.
No, facts.
And go on.
No, I mean, just to add on to that, I think, so mine's kind of the other way around though, because I feel like now the people that I'm closest to, I mean, bar like a couple of people, are all Christian.
Okay.
Different strains of Christianity, but Christian.
Also that. Also, there's different strains. Yeah,
but I think what's been interesting for me is that I think a lot of my friends dropped off before I started to like take my walk serious. But the one thing that I have realized is funny that you were saying about, I'm sorry, you don't do the same things anymore. I have a friend, well, she's unfollowed me now.
Okay.
Because I didn't go to Eden for her birthday.
Eden is no more a place. I am the city of God. Is it Eden of heaven?
No,
it's the other one. EADN.
Yeah. And I find things like that so interesting, because it's like, I feel like some people just don't understand or respect the journey that you're on.
Yes.
Because I feel like you should know that even when I was not in Christ, that's not really somewhere I would go. So what more now?
Yeah.
That you would think that I would go somewhere like that and then that would end a relationship. I think there was more to it, but I think that really opened my eyes, because there are people you have to let go of. There are people that won't understand the journey that you're on, or you're doing too much, or even just little things. Like for me, so like I said, most of the people now that I'm close to are in church, so we thank God for that. So they understand if I'm in church every week, or the people that are close to me, they just know I'm going to be in church. That's fine. But then you do have the people who, like, you're still asking me if I want to come and do shisha. Who are very irritating.
Yeah.
Like, why are you asking me stupid things? Like, why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
Or even like you want me to come to, I'm not saying day parties are a bad thing, because you might catch me at one, I don't know. Probably not. But you might. But it's just things like, do you not care that I'm trying to do this journey? But I do have friends, shout out my friends, that even though they're still doing outside, they're very supportive of me and my journey. But I just think God is faithful, because for me, I think he just made it easy. He just removed the people that didn't make no damn sense. So anyone that's around now is quite easy to maneuver. But I think that is very interesting that you do have those people that are like, oh, is it because, like, the whole did you kill Jesus?
Yeah, exactly.
And all
of that. Exactly.
I'm so glad I don't have that no more.
Yeah, and I think it's also hard because you have people that were privy to you in your past life, still in your life, you know, whether it be on social media, and I still see that, and I'm like, you're gonna stay there and see the transformation is working.
Yeah, because I know someone, you're saying, is this
exactly?
Not? Yeah,
it's not. It is. And this is me now.
2.0
facts, and I think I used to really battle with that a lot, because I'm thinking, the version of you is crazy.
Lizzie used to.
I can't lie. Whoa. One day I'm gonna tell you what I used to be on, because even the other day I was on a prayer call, guys, and I was telling them I used to steal. Their faces was like, sorry. I used to be a thief, guys. I used to steal. I stole from my friends. I stole from my friends.
Wait, what?
So I'm ashamed. Obviously.
How on earth?
So I know anyone that went to, I don't even want to tell my school. Anyone that went to my school, yeah. There was an epidemic, you lot remember. You lot's money was just missing every time during PE. Guys, it was me. It was me. I would go, like, it'd be PE, so obviously you change your clothes, and I would stay behind or leave early, go through people's pockets and take their money. No one can tell me Jesus ain't real.
Yeah.
But my point is, that's minor of what I was doing. So, in a sense, like, sometimes it is tough to be who you once were in front of the people. I think that you grew up with.
Yeah.
And that saw you, because also that it's like, we're still the same. And it's true. Like, they'll be like, we're still the same, blah, 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 blah. You didn't go to heaven. You're still here. And it's like, no, like you said, I think a lot of people I've seen, they've struggled to allow people to be on their journey. Like, respect that. You don't have to agree with it, but respect it enough to be like, do you know what? That's your journey and that's okay. But I think people butt heads more, with like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I don't want to. I don't want to
go.
And I don't think, like I said, I'm trying not to make this a works-based thing. Like, if you don't do all these things, you're great. No, let's not be silly. But I think it's your consecration. It is your understanding. It is your relationship with God that enforces all of this. I didn't stop anything I've done that I've stopped. It wasn't because this is what makes me look like a good, I promise you it doesn't, because I can sit here and tell you my sins and you'll say, excuse me, are you saved? But I know it's not by my works. I'm saved by grace, literally.
No, literally.
And so when I think about friendships, I have to be not selfish, but I also have to guard my heart. You have to guard your heart to be like, who is edifying, like who genuinely, and that's not to say all your friends are going to be perfect, but the Bible does say iron sharpens iron. You need someone that will sharpen you. You don't just need people. I think you should have people from all walks of life. Yeah. But I do believe that with your inner circle, and I think that's what a lot of us adults really struggle with, you don't have like 2 to 3 genuine, set, covenant keeping friends. Do you know what I mean? Like friends that, or more, in this life, God put them in my life for a reason. And I think friendship is something people have to pray about, because I think that's something we pray about husband, but we don't pray about friends. And I think that's something we have to be very mindful about. Like, are you praying about your friends? Are you praying about and like I said, I've been intentional from young, and one of the things I learned how to do is like, God, reveal a person's purpose in my life. So I've done that, and that's why I've never really struggled with like, is he the one, is he not the one? I literally pray that prayer about every person, like, Lord, reveal who they're supposed to be. Are they meant to be my boy? Are they meant to be my girl? Are they meant to be a friend in season, or are they meant to be a friend for life? And I think that's the way to avoid friendship hurts, or when people leave, it's okay.
Because you expect
I know that you were a friend in season, and I think that's what people like. For example, not everyone in church, but I understand that if certain friends I only have because we attend the same church, that's okay. And if I moved and we weren't as tight, that's absolutely okay. You were a very pinnacle season of my life while I was in this church. That's okay. So I think when you understand the purpose of a person in your life, you understand that when you fight, it's not that deep, because we have a destiny to keep. Or when you miss you understand that it's okay, we can get through it. But I think when you don't have that understanding, you will either let go of the wrong friends or keep the wrong friends. And I think that's what I'm learning in my adult years when it comes to friends. Like, you got to be prayerful about everyone, but also have an inner circle of people that, even when you're down, they can intercede. And I don't just mean in spiritual things, I mean in mental things. I mean in emotional things. I mean in financial things. Get tamhula. Because I think, like I said, as you get older, friendships unfortunately get harder.
They do. I think as well, whilst we were talking, about like the changing and things being about works as well. I think another thing that even came to me that I realized is for just something as small as, like you mentioned, secular music. I don't know if it says in the Bible. It don't say in the Bible don't listen to secular music, but I think one thing for me that I realized is when I was listening to secular music, it would affect my mood. For example, I'll be listening to "I Wanna Love You" and everybody's in love and everybody have boyfriend and lover. No one loves me. Then that's what I now start telling myself. Or even you're listening to violent music. So I was listening to someone said it on TikTok the other day. She was saying like, why do you think you're angry all the time when you're listening to "I Want to Kill, I Want to Drill"? Every single, like music affects your mood. Yeah. So it's even things like that. Like you're not doing it because of works, but you have that revelation of what that means to you. So even things like concerts. Listen, Wizkid, I'll be the first one.
You will see that something London. It was talking to Toby.
It's me. He was talking to me, and it got to a point where I was like, I don't like, for me this doesn't make sense anymore. Because also, was it you that said, I can't remember who said it, but you know concerts give worship a little bit.
Yeah,
it's worship culture. Because why are you crying?
Thank you.
And you're raising hands.
You're in an atmosphere you can't explain,
and you're crying,
and you think it's normal.
Because when I went to Beyonce, I promise you, people were not this Beyonce when I was younger.
She said, let me clarify,
please, not this witchcraft one. People were not normal tears, bawling.
Yeah.
Even I remember Hackney Weekend, Trey songs came out, girls started fainting.
Yes, and that's a thing.
That's demonic.
That's actually spiritual.
What's that?
Why are you falling down? Get up!
Because of a man.
No, honestly, I think, so concerts are...
I'm not saying don't go at this stage,
no, because
it's just things like that I wouldn't do anymore. That before I would, and I think you just have to have friends that understand that. Yes. But like you said, everyone is on a journey.
Yes,
you can't expect everyone, and I think that's what you said is really good as well. You can't necessarily say, "Oh, I'm not going to be your friend anymore," because you don't know what Genesis says.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so
yeah, and I think I really want to hone in on the fact that what kind of friend are you? Like, if I was,
I'm a lit friend. I bought Lizzie Hermes shoe yesterday, you know.
Hey, I'm still yet to receive it.
It's DHL.
Hermes?
DHL.
It's DHL from where?
Yankee.
Rubbish. But yeah, I think if anything, I would like employ everyone to kind of think about the kind of friend they are to people. And I think you do attract what you are. I do believe that. That's so if you do have some scary friends, there's an element of scariness in you.
Oh. So are you saying I'm scary?
No. I'm saying you did though, because this is true. I've told you some of your friends why they're in your life. I think that's probably one of the first things I did when I met you. I said, there's some people in your life I don't really understand why they are there. But then when I think about you, then it do make sense.
I was perfect.
So I do think that you also have to assess what kind of friend you are and be real with what that is. And like, if there's some friends you're gonna have to let go of them, because holding on could be hurting you more than letting go.
Ooh.
And that boy as well. You know me, I'm always gonna bring it back to Mandem somehow.
Let it go.
Some of you are friends with men that are on their way to
murder you.
And if you don't know what that means, tell me to translate it for you. Some of the friends that, because Mandem too, in fact, that's another episode. I can't even talk about men today. But some girls, you're friends with boys who... Judas is too kind.
Okay.
I'm going to end it there. Judas
is too kind. Let that be a word.
Thank you
for the wise.
Whoever, may the Lord give you understanding. Judas is too kind for some of the friends that you lot have. If I compared him to Judas, that's too kind. Thank you.
And that was episode 8. Thank you so much.
Can We Talk?
Can we talk? No, Lizzie.
Okay. Shall sorrow? No? Okay. Bye, guys. See you on the next episode.